Hi guys, this is Walawi TV and you're cooking with me, Sure. Today's recipe was saved from disaster as we tried to make Galliano Sambuca tarts and turned into an amazing delicious Marjoram and Sambuca cream souffle, or sort of. So this is the ingredients that we actually used, and I'll show you what actually happened to our recipe at the end. 1.5 cups of plain flour. It doesn't need to be sifted at this point. 1 teaspoon, 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of mahleb, which is in English you'll find it in the shops as mahlebi. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You can use less or more if you like. 175 grams of unsalted butter, melted. So to melt the butter a lot easier, you just cut them into smaller pieces and then put them in the microwave for about 40 seconds. Now here we have about 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram spice. It's fresh marjoram, we've dried it and then we've ground it up, and we've used about 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram. This is cardamom, which we actually showed you before in our Lebanese coffee recipe. 1/2 teaspoon to 1/3 of a teaspoon, depending on how you like it. 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It just depends on the taste that you want. If you want more flavor of the spice, add more spice. If you want more vanilla, add more vanilla. With the blend, with the mix, all of that, put it into your blender and mix it up until you get a dough consistency to make a crust. So we're trying to make a tart crust here, and the mistakes we made here is that we didn't actually roll it out when we went to put it into the muffin trays. So this is what we do. We've covered it, we've left it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and this is where we basically went wrong. Because I couldn't judge the thickness of the dough while I was putting it into the trays, I just kept adding more dough and more dough because it just felt like I was touching the bottom of the muffin tray, and then I just kept adding and adding and adding. So I've poked it with fork, and then what happened is after I baked it, this is basically what happened. So while I've done that, prepare your Ferrero Rocher and Sambuca mix. So it's 6 Ferrero Rochers and about 1/2 cup to 1 cup. We just basically want to soak the Ferrero Rocher biscuit in Galliano, which is an aniseed flavored liqueur. So this is what happened to us when we basically pulled the crust out of the oven. They were very thick, and there's no way I could fit anything in there without overflowing or even making a cream tart. So what I've done is I've gotten some glass bowls. I've broken up all the biscuit into the bottom to make some sort of biscuit base, but I've left them chunky and let them come out a little bit halfway. So what I've done there is I've just basically put 5 to 7 grams of gelatin and some warm to hot water. It can't be boiling hot. So put in your 600 ml of cream into a mixing bowl, add the gelatin. After you've soaked the Ferrero Rochers, blend it up with your mixer, and then try and get the cream a little bit thicker. We don't actually want to thicken the cream at this point. We want it to actually set in the fridge. Pour it over the top of your biscuit base. The best thing about this dish is that we've left everything cold so that when we put them in the fridge, they'll basically set without the biscuit actually soaking up all the liquid. Crunchy biscuit, soft to medium hard cream with the Ferrero Rocher, Sambuca and marjoram flavor. This flavor is amazing. It looks a little bit weird, but it just tastes delicious. This is Walawi TV and you're cooking with me, Sure. See you next time.